This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. What you just heard there was a little bit of Wilko Johnson, or me trying to sound like him. Anyway, I've had a few requests to take a look at a Wilko solo, and I chose that one because it does seem to kind of sum up in a nutshell his playing style, his unique playing style. The solo comes from a song called Ice on the Motorway, which originally appeared in 1981 as a title track to an album of the same name. But the version I was referencing there is from a 2014 collaboration Wilko did with Roger Daltrey called Going Back Home. And if you don't know that album, you really do need to go and get yourself familiar with it. It is absolutely barnstorming stuff. Good foot-stomping blues, boogie, rock and roll. What's not to like about that? The astonishing thing about it is when he recorded that album, Wilko was very, very ill. In fact, he thought he was, literally had weeks left to live. But, the wonders of medical science and all that, he was fully cured and he's still going strong to this day. And long may he do so. Anyway, here is a little bit of a breakdown into that solo in particular and Wilko's playing style in general. Okay, let's talk about the sort of stuff that's going on in this solo then. It won't take long because it's all quite simple, really, in terms of theory at least. Anyway, basically, at this point in the proceedings, I usually talk about the chord sequence we're playing over, but there isn't one here. It's just mainly this little F minor pentatonic kind of riff that's happening on the bass, and there's a little bit of organ in there if you listen closely as well, but that's not really adding anything that isn't there in what the bass is doing. So we're in F minor, and the reason why we're in F minor, or playing kind of in the first position here like this, is because it's a favourite key of Wilko's, because it's nice and low down on the neck, so you've got that kind of nice chunky bottom end sound to it, but it's a bar chord, or it's in a bar chord position, which suits the way he plays, which is based around kind of grabbing this little baby bar chord kind of thing like this. Maybe with a thumb round the top as well. And, there's quite often sort of a slightly reggae-ish kind of feel to his playing in the fact that he's, kind of hitting muted downstrokes and then hitting the chord on the way back up. That kind of thing. Very, very Wilko-ish. And into that, what he does is he plays a lot of first position minor pentatonic stuff. And then kind of goes back into the muted sort of strumming. So that kind of thing. That's typical sort of Wilko Johnson. And, in common with a lot of guitarists who are the guitar player in a three-piece band where you've got bass, guitar, drums and vocals, I suppose, but, the power trio kind of thing, there's always a lot of double stops going on. So it's always... that kind of thing, keeping a couple of notes going all at the same time. You'll notice if I just turn this way a little bit as well, that I'm not really picking here. It's more of a strumming action. Like that. Don't be too precious if the odd open string makes an appearance in there. It's just all part of the kind of rough around the edges feel that typifies this way of playing, that typifies Wilko's way of playing. One thing that you'll also need to make sure you're pretty good at is the kind of muting of kind of adjacent strings. There's a point in the solo where he plays almost a full bar of this E flat note. So if I was to just play it as it might be written, it just never sounds quite right. What he's actually doing is more, and you need that percussive kind of element of the strings either side of the one that you're playing, coming in as muted percussive sounds, to give it that sort of that snarl and that grit. So you know what I'm doing there is I'm basically fretting that fourth string at the first fret, and I'm using the underside of my first finger to mute the second and third strings. And I'm using just the tip of that finger there, butting up against the fifth string to mute that string as well, so I can go, which sounds much more Wilko than that. See what I mean? So, to summarise, you're basically playing a lot of like a reggae kind of feel on this baby bar chord sort of thing. Quite often catching either the chord or maybe just an upstroke from the a double stop rather from the minor pentatonic on the upstroke. That kind of thing. Muting open strings to get that sort of percussive sound, and as I say, just using minor pentatonic stuff and keeping a basic sort of eighth note kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and rhythm going with this hand, and as I say, not being too precious if the odd open string unintentionally makes an appearance. It just adds to the kind of rough diamond kind of feel to it, and that is what's going on in this wonderful Wilko Johnson solo. Have fun with it. And there is, of course, a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a backing track for the solo and the clip that you saw of me playing it, and that clip that you've just seen there of me explaining it all and going through it. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. It's only $3 a month, and you get access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. Thank you so much to everybody who's supporting me in that way, or any of the other ways, which are all linked down in the description. Massively appreciated. I can't thank you enough. But that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video, found it useful, informative, and maybe a little bit inspiring. And if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream on Friday. I know it's only Monday, but we have to have something to look forward to, don't we? 5 PM every Friday UK time. As I'm sure you know, we have a live stream, we drink beer, we talk guitars, we talk music. Fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.